Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back again. Video number 9 in this 200-part series, 200-word series. You're going to be excited about this word. I'm shifting gears a little bit from some other things that I was talking about. Today's word, video number 9, word number 9 out of 200 words. The word is adventure. Adventure. Smile. Get excited, okay? On the road to success and prosperity and true success, you have to take risk. You must. You cannot be status quo. You cannot be mediocre. You cannot be average and talk about you want to achieve extraordinary success. You know, sometimes when you try things, it's going to be unorthodox, uneasy, uncomfortable. But you got to get out of that box and out of that mindset, out of that matrix, if you will. You know, you want to go toward the blue pill instead of the red pill. You guys know the movie. You want to take that pill that's going to allow you to think outside of what's going on with the status quo. And sometimes it's going to take you down a road of adventure. Adventure, adventure, adventure. Write that down. Here's the definition of the word adventure. An unusual and exciting, typically hazardous experience or activity. Unusual, exciting, typically hazardous experience or activity. Now, hazardous. Listen to that. Typically hazardous. Unusual. So it's out of the box. Let's use a sentence in the context. Her recent adventures in Italy. That was short. They had adventured into the forest. So they're taking a dive into the forest. They don't know what awaits them out there, but they're going. She recently adventured in Italy, so she probably had never been to Italy, right? So it was a new thing for her, a little unusual for her. Engage in hazardous or exciting activity, especially the exploration of unknown territory. Listen to me very carefully, guys. And I'm going to wrap up in 2 to 3 minutes here. In this world called success, because it is a world, you have a world of unsuccess. You have a world of wealth and abundance. You have a world of poverty. They both exist. But when you want to get up here into the success chambers or stratosphere, if you will, you're going to have to do things that's going to make you cringe sometimes. You got to take big risk. Now, I always tell investors sometimes, depending on what you're investing in, whether it's cryptocurrency and other types of investment, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, insurance policies, whatever. You want to use minimal risk because, you can't take all your money and pour into those things. I tell you, never invest more than you can afford to lose if you're being conservative with your investing, right? Those are more established investors, people that have been around a little bit. You have a wife and kids to take care of, so you can't take your pension, all of your pension, and invest in crypto or whatever. You take a small portion of it and do that. Just play it safe, right? Well, what I'm talking about now is you got to go a little bit deeper, and you have to go on the deeper side, the deeper end, if you're talking about making it big. I'm not saying do it all the time. There's times you can do it, sometimes you can't. But if you look at pretty much almost every successful person, if you sit down and talk to them, they're going to tell you they did things that were a little extraordinary than the average. Michael Jordan, listen to this, guys. He was 5'10" in the 10th grade. He was too short to play basketball. He tried out for the team. He failed. His coach met with him. He said, "What do I got to do to make the team?" He said, "I'm going to teach you. I'm going to train you and make you a better player. By this time next year, you're going to be great." Michael Jordan grew several inches the next year, but that wasn't the key to him making the team. The coach took him and practiced with him almost every single day on his jump shot, his moves, and everything. Did not make the 10th grade basketball team, junior varsity. Came back the next year and dominated because he did extraordinary work. He outworked everybody is what he did. And now he's revered as the GOAT, the greatest of all time in basketball. But do you think that would have happened if he would have said, "You know what, I didn't make it. I'll just come back and try out again next year"? That's not good enough. He had to find a way to out-dribble, out-shoot, out-jump. I mean, he had like a 44-inch vertical leap, of course, but he practiced and worked on his game was the key. He didn't let failure stop him. That was adventurous. That's an adventure. That when you practice 10 times more than everybody else, you might end up being 10 times better, but that's extraordinary. That was the risk he took. He could have did all of that, and he still could have got cut from the team the next year. All right? I can't tell you how many actors took a risk and lived out of their car in dangerous areas in Hollywood until they got a leading role. Jim Carrey, when he was, they didn't think he was going to make it. He was on the show with In Living Color. You guys know the story with the guy, the Wayne brothers, who owned, the guy who started Living Color and the brothers and all that. And Jim Carrey slept in his car. But he wrote himself a check. I think he gave himself a deadline for the check. The check was $1 million check I think he wrote to himself, or $10 million. It was a check that was in the millions he wrote to himself while he was living in the car. Risking getting mugged, getting killed. This man set out a goal, and he did it. He did Ace Ventura, and they started paying him like $20 million. This guy was one of the highest paid guys in Hollywood. But the risk that he took, I took over 100 risks, guys. Worked about 55 regular jobs and about 55 businesses I tried. Most of those companies failed. The last few started succeeding. Risk, adventure. I'm not talking about going on vacations. I'm talking about going deeper in the realm of shooting for your dreams and have fun doing it. It's not always going to feel good, but try to make it fun. I can tell you, if I had not tried that many businesses, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Do the same thing, just in your own way. Have the mindset of an adventurous person, an unusual and exciting, typical hazardous experience or activity. Let's make it happen. Thanks for watching. See you on video number 10. Bye-bye.